So here's the situation. I haven't done a video for over a year. Now that means I need to do a video. So I've decided to do one. But I'm not doing any advanced projects. I'm doing a bit of a cop-out video. I'm doing a knife review of what I suspect to be a World War II British Army jackknife. So I came across it and then subsequently bought it when I was in an Army and Navy store the other day, and there's a box full of them under the counter in this place, and I just really like the look of it. It's really chunky. I did some research, and it was standard issue from this type of knife was standard issue from World War I to the 1960s, I think. But there's so many variations, it's quite difficult to get an exact age. I've looked everywhere and there's no markings on the knife, but from what I see, I suspect it's around 1955. There are 4 components to this knife. There's a screwdriver on the end, which can also be used as a bottle opener. There's the knife, the can opener, and this. I don't know what it's called, but I know what it's used for. And as you can see, it opens with quite a lot of force. It takes quite a lot of force to open it, and it's really thick still. That's not breaking anytime soon. Maybe overly thick. And it's to shove into knots and undo them if they're really tight and your fingers are cold. It's not for stabbing someone. It's not a prison shank. It's just for undoing knots. And as you can see, the actual blade is around 3 inches, and it's succumbed to a lot of wear from what could be 70 years of use. And as you can see, the mechanism is a bit knackered. I'm sure it's mendable. And the blade is about 3 inches from there. I'm sure it's probably got a use as well. And I've done a bit of sharpening. I've used it since I sharpened it last, and it did sharpen up very well. But as you can see, it's got a bit of wear. But as I said, 70 years, what do you expect? And the spine of the blade is very thick. There's easily enough metal there to create a usable tool. And the can opener has the same sort of tension as the knot under. And as you can see, this is not a conventional can opener. There's been some major innovations in can opening since the 1950s. So it's sort of like you put that in and then you go around. Again, very thick metal, lovely. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm sure you could find other uses for it. I'm not entirely sure though. There's not much to say about it. This screwdriver is obviously only flathead, it's not Phillips, but it also means that it can be used as a can opener. As you can see, it's kind of bent. I don't know how many beers the previous owner was having, but it looks like quite a few. Another handy little feature is this clip, and I'm pretty sure when you got given this in the army, you had a little thing on your belt when you had to keep it. But it is very handy, and see, it has quite a rotation. Now, once I took this out into the wilderness for an overnight camp, it works really well. Because it's heavy, it feels like it's got a lot of force behind it when you're using the knife. If you drop it, it's black, so you can see it a lot more easily than if you've got a wooden knife. It's not locking, so it's a lot more legal. It's also about 3 inches, so technically you could walk around with this in your pocket, although I do not recommend that at all. Yes, there we are. I would recommend it, although I would recommend getting a slightly less worn one.